Welcome to a special Sabbath, extended the Sabbath until midnight. It is currently 9:24 p.m. EST, and I got a little bit of wine, first wine of the Sabbath. On my 6th day, I'm feeling much better, but getting rid of the sickness, the illness. Still don't have a phone to make the videos with. Coming 3.5 days is leftovers from the Black Friday, so I'm gonna go tomorrow and try to get a phone on a deal. It's paying monthly, and encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. Gonna get a little bit of rock and roll for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, electricians, the plumbers, the grocery store clerks, 24/7 for the 10, the 50, and the 308s for our empire. Let it rise and let it be. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Support the Trinity theories, the implementation of the CIT, citizen integration theory, the DRT, lateral fusion theory, and the DFT. Well, the fourth dimension. I love you. I know somebody's making that good loving tonight. Black, white, and rainbow. I'm doing that. Friends with benefits only from now on. Last day of November. The last month of 2025 is beginning tomorrow, December 1st, and if you know, you don't know, you might not know that tomorrow is the greater feast for those who celebrate in the law of Telema. It's myself, a mystic, always putting that cup for PPP, Papa Pop's prophet, poet, a literary agent, a giant of the English language, Perderabo, aka Aleister Crowley. Greater feast beginning after midnight. I'm gonna do lots of cleaning, lots of laundry, and try to go get a new phone tomorrow on the first, beginning, I guess, a new cycle. 40-day rites, and finishing the 40-day rite, parallel to a new 40-day rite on the 24th, 25th of December. Again, just getting some salutations, sending some LOV, rock and roll style. From yours truly, who's my only stress now really is financial, economic, and with my neurological mental divergent condition known as Asperger's, also known as HFA, high functioning autism. It has been a more difficult journey and difficult road, but here I am on that gratitude, and survived, I guess, one more month to go, but 2025, I guess I survived with not a lot of financial, economic aid and help, but I have this ritualized routine, and it's 24/7, the Holy Trinity. Sports and fitness. Dancing is my favorite sport, and rock and roll, and geopolitics, 24/7. The butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, firefighters, plumbers, electricians, the welders, and calling for the grand meeting atop Mount Royal for the implementation of my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, which is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across the North American Collective Civilizational Complex across North America, of course, to be implementing the Trinity theories, which of course I have concocted over the past years, and I gotta take a moment to reinitiate and rediscuss the idea, not just the ideas, but the fact, and the fact that I have the proof of that I actually predicted the geopolitical events that are transpiring now in 2019. So as I'm marching towards my 6 years of surviving COVID right in this room off Sun Temple, and encourage all to please keep the protocols of hygiene, of course, to disinfect the hands, and when you go outside in the public, we have those added responsibilities, duties, and obligations in the public, and it's some habit which I strongly encourage, support, and salute all who those endeavor to put it into practice and maintenance. Public hygiene protocols of COVID are super important, and there's microbes, bacteria, germs, For example, when you go to the banking machine and you press on the buttons, you gotta enter your code, and other people touched it before and other people touch it afterwards. So in that sense, that's my encouragement as I do my long videos. And my phone, I haven't had a phone in exactly a month. Today, October 30th, last month, October 30th, it got damaged in my last video, and hour-long videos from last month. You can see I marched in the rain, so it sustained some damage. Today, live carpe diem it every day since I died of COVID in 2020, February, March. I had COVID, and marking 6 years, and lost between 80 and 93 pounds right here. This room off Sun Temple, and of course lost it by working out, training, exercising, and my fitness journey always begins every day. As I am here right in this room, office temple, little dragon's lair. Joyous, I guess, grateful, joyous, but financially stressed, and got some hope. Somebody making LOV today. Hug like never hugged before is my main message. Increasing acts of goodness and kindness. Always saluting the firefighters, the butchers, the bakers, the train conductors, plumbers, electricians, welders, and always for the 10, always for the 3, always for the 63. Let our empire rise and be. Let our empire rise and be. Where there's bees, there's honey. Wanna hear an extra melody? I got that freestyle that you see. Always freestyling rock and roll, always for the truckers. Nurses finishing their 12-hour shifts, and the butchers, bakers, nurses, train conductors, warehouse workers, public workers who are going to pick up the garbage. I got to be sure that I'm taking the recycling out tonight because it's full. Still healing, I guess. My 6th day of... First 3 days were more hardcore, but I got to keep on rock and rolling. And Adrian, Dragon being reborn in this room off Sun Temple, and androgynous Aspiesque artist, athlete, philosopher, laying the foundations of the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom with 718 trillions of kisses, credited from the forgotten goddess GODDSS. It's always God bless, goddess, kiss, the coming of our empire, the Imperial Republic. Pledge allegiance, legions, dragons, our family, blah 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 blah.